So in this training, we'll be breaking down what a stable datum is, the 6 human needs, and this is honestly one of the most important concepts you'll understand in business because if you get this down, honestly, everything else becomes structured. Because if you don't, you're just reacting to trends, algorithms, and random opinions. This is about actually building control instead of just guessing. So let's get it. So what actually is a stable datum? Well, a stable datum is just one thing that stays solid when everything else feels confusing. It's the fixed point you use to make decisions. Think about it like this. If everything around you is moving, but you have one thing that doesn't move, you can organize everything around it. In business, without a stable datum, you panic when trends change, you switch ideas every week, you overthink everything. But when you have a stable datum, something solid and unchanging, you stay calm, clear, and in control. It's your anchor, basically. What never changes? So I'm gonna tell you what does change. Platforms change, social medias change, algorithms change, business model changes. But what never changes is human desire. People will always want more money. They will always want more status. They will always want more security. And they will always want more connection. That is human nature. That's the stable part. If you build around human nature instead of platforms, you stop rebuilding your whole identity every 3 months. Because no one's gonna want less money, no one's gonna want less status, no one's gonna want less connection, and no one's gonna want less security. It's just simply how the mind works. Identifying the unchanging desire. Most people focus on the vehicle. Oh, I want to start dropshipping. I want to do high ticket sales. No, that's just a method. The real desire is freedom. It's income. It's not feeling behind in life. If someone says they want to start a business, what they really mean is they're tired of feeling broke. They're tired of feeling average. The deeper layer is what you build around. Because, obviously, you can be like, oh, I want to start dropshipping. And why is that? Because I'm broke, You're not doing this because you want to do dropshipping. You're doing this because you want to stop being broke, The core desire is wanting that freedom and income. The vehicle is just dropshipping or high ticket sales. And the thing about that is the vehicle can always change, but you know what's not going to change? The core desire that drives them. Anchor it to the fixed truth. So once you find the stable desire, what you want to do is anchor that to your offer. For example, high ticket sales. High ticket sales isn't just learn how to close. It's control over your income. It's being able to hit your first 5K in a week. The skill is the tool. The stable datum is freedom. Now that's what you want to sell around. Remove chaos from positioning. And basically what this means is like, if you're posting TikToks about random stuff that aren't even tied to high ticket sales in general or to whatever you're doing, it's not going to bring any clarity because it's going to feel uncertain. Because one day you could be talking about mindset, one day you could be talking about an AI agency, one day you could be talking about dropshipping, one day you could be talking about trading. Rather than if you put that random messaging and convert it into something stable, we're just posting every day about high ticket sales this, high ticket sales that, high ticket sales this, high ticket sales that. You're going to build clarity and you're going to build trust because they're going to know you for, oh, this is the high ticket sales guy, not, oh, this is the guy that, talks about random stuff. You know what I'm saying? And what that clarity actually does, it doesn't just bring you trust, it builds authority. And that is a big role in business. Bet. The 6 human needs. Now we go deeper into psychology. Every decision someone makes joining a program, buying something, even getting into a relationship ties back to 6 human needs. If you understand these thoroughly, you're not guessing why people buy. You're engineering your position around what already drives them. And once you learn the 6 human needs and how to actually, kind of attack and go towards them, you're going to be a crazy salesman. So number one is certainty. Certainty is basically just security and stability. People want to know that they're going to be stable and secure. That is why so many people just work a 9 to 5, because it is a consistent, comfortable way of living, you know? And the best way to use this is, like, for example, if someone joins your program and they're looking for certainty, like, can this actually help me? If you can show stability in a real structure, you will win over their trust fast. The second human need is variety slash uncertainty. This is when, people get bored. That's why someone can hate their job, even if it's stable, because they want opportunity, something new, a different environment. They want change. That's why entrepreneurship is so attractive. It represents possibility. Your offer should feel like expansion, not another cage. Number three, significance. And this is a big one. People want to feel important. They want to feel ahead. That's why status symbols exist. The Rolex watches, the Porsches, followers. When someone makes more money or develops a high income skill, they don't just gain income, they gain status. So number four, love and connection. Nobody wants to win alone. Community is so powerful. Brotherhood is so powerful. Even in business, people stay where they feel understood. If you're in an environment and it feels strong, supportive, and driven, people don't just join for the information. They stay for the connection because they feel the sense of belonging. They feel the sense of support. They have that constant communication where they always feel understood. And this is a key part to actually getting into sales, because you obviously want to pitch that connection, because if they feel like they can feel, understood, supported, they feel like they belong, they feel like this community is meant for them, then they're going to have no doubt in their mind. 5 is growth. So growth is obviously wanting to see progress, improvement, and expansion. It's like at a 9 to 5, you start as, a team member, and then you work up to manager, blah, 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 blah. You just work your way up the chain. That's what people want. There's always a hierarchy, and you want to be the highest you can. So everyone is always looking for either progress, improvement, and expansion. And if you pitch, your service as a way for it to actually grow them as either a person or their finances, then that is going to be a big factor in whether or not they buy. Last human need is contribution. At a higher level, once people start winning, they want to give back. They want to provide for family. They want to put their friends on. They want to be the leader in their circle. Contribution becomes important once survival is handled. Strong positioning speaks to the future version of them. Obviously, once you make it, you're going to want to have an impact on others, or you're going to want to inspire people. You know what I'm saying? Once you make it, you're going to want to, let me retire my moms. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Buy my girl this, buy my girl that. You know what I'm saying? Because winners want to give back. Combining stable datum with the 6 human needs. Now, here's where it gets powerful. When you combine stable datum with the 6 human needs, your offer becomes layered. For example, if your stable datum is freedom and your offer provides certainty through income, significance through skill, growth through development, and connection through community, no one's beating that. It's not just being another product. That's a whole identity transformation. Sure. Now that you know what the six human needs are, now that you know what a stable datum is, all you have to do is anchor that stable datum in those six human needs and actually attack their stable datum. You know what I'm saying? Align with human psychology and control the narrative. Because once you know their stable datum, it's your game. You win. You already know, how they're gonna act. You already know what they're gonna say. You already know the two human beliefs that they're structured on. Because the main two human needs are certainty and significance. Those are the main two. Because everyone wants to feel certain about something and everyone wants to feel significant. They want to feel a sense of belonging. And those, knowing what a stable datum even is, once you find out someone's stable datum, they're cooked. You won. You won. You won. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, I hope this video helped you guys out. You know what I'm saying? You guys got a clear understanding of, the psychology of sales, and hope you guys apply this to your setting calls, your closing calls, whenever. But you know what I'm saying? Peace out, guys.